Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. What's going on? It is Monday today, all day long, and it's a holiday. For those who don't know, today is a Thai holiday. Today and tomorrow are holidays. Asal Kucha Day. And some people are even taking Wednesday off. So it's a very long holiday. Some people took Friday off. It's as long as a 6-day holiday for some people here. Wife's taking the day off and tomorrow off, but she's got to go back to work on Wednesday. Doesn't really matter. She's always working, you know. So let's see here. Today we're talking about the 12 cheapest places to retire abroad if you only speak English, which for some people that's pretty important. And I'm looking at this list here. Good morning, Carlos. Good morning, everyone. I want to give Carlos a big shout out. Carlos is on his way back to the US of A. And, you know, I guess that's good. But, and then we have who else did I want to give a shout out to? I don't know, Patia Bob, Bruce, I don't know. They're always debating what's going on in Thailand, what's going on outside of Thailand. I don't care about what's going on outside of Thailand. I've said that a million times. I don't care about what goes on outside of the country, and unless it affects me, you know. Good morning. Espresso con panna, which they just add a little dollop of whipped cream. The gang. Yeah, some of you guys have been around for years and years and years, which I feel good about that. You know, some I don't see very often, some I don't see at all, and they come in and they act like they know me. You know, whatever. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And right now, my son Alex is on a jet plane. He left on a jet plane to go to Japan, which it's his first time out of the country on his own. And even though he's 22 years old, I'm a little nervous about it, because he's got to schedule everything, get everything set up, and he's going to go meet people, and I don't know, I'm just nervous, you know, a little bit nervous. But he does have, he's supposed to meet up with Tokyo Sammy, who comes into the stream every so often. And, yeah. So, and he's also supposed to meet up with some of his own buddies. So hopefully he'll have a good time. Everything will be copacetic. He's got a hotel room. He's got his flight. He's got cash. He's all set. 12 places in the world to retire if you only speak English. Which is, you know, for some people, they don't want to learn a language, you know. They don't want to learn a new language, which I understand, but, you know, I mean, one of these days, I'm going to go back to school to learn Thai, to get to the next level. Because I'm like an intermediate speaker, and I can read it, and I can write it a little bit, but I can read it, and I can speak it, and most of the time I can get by with everything that I have. I can speak pretty fluently, but I know I need a good 6 months to a year of studying to get to that next level. And for me, it's important. I just need to carve out some time when I'm not going to do anything, where I can focus right on the school. And, you know, it'll happen, but I'm not sure when, but it'll happen in the near future. So, anyway, we should talk about this, these 12 places here. This was on a list here, and, you know, these lists, I take them with a grain of salt. Why would I care about in Thailand only? No. It's if you speak English in Thailand, okay, I guess there's 12 places where they speak English, but I mean, in Bangkok, you know, you can get by without speaking Thai. In Pattaya, in Chiang Mai, in Phuket, all the major places, Kanchanaburi, you can get by without speaking a word of Thai if you really want. You can. So maybe I should have done that. But there's a couple places right there, right off the bat. Koh Samui, maybe Koh Samet. You know, there's a lot of places. Yes, there's many places where you can get by with just English and a little bit of Thai. But I really do think, honestly, I don't care what anybody says. I think if you learn to speak Thai, you're more integrated into the society. And you learn more about Thailand because you know. I don't know about Nong Khai and Udon Thani. Nong Khai for sure. Udon Thani in the city, yes. Out in some of the villages, I don't know about that. But you know, maybe there's a heap of places where if you just, you know, you don't want to learn Thai, you can get by without it. You know. But my thing is, don't you want to know what people are saying? Because sometimes it's important to know what they're saying. When I first came here, I used to live there. I used to live there many years ago, and I lived out in a village, and there was like one farang in the whole village, and that was it. And I used to have to go into the city and take a motorbike, and it would take me an hour and a half to get there from where I was. And in the city, more people spoke English. You know, but this is, I mean, honestly, I guess we could talk about this a little bit too, but if you're going to live in Thailand, I think it's important to kind of know what people are saying, not because they have ill intent, not because they're talking a bunch of smack about you or anything, but just sometimes you're sitting there and there's, you're sitting with a group of, say, 5 people, and some of them don't speak English, so they start speaking in Thai, and you're like sitting there and you're the odd man out. So if you know some Thai, and you know, there are times when I'm sitting there and people are speaking so quickly that I'm just like, I don't even want to know what they're thinking about, you know, what they're talking about. But for the most part, you know, I'm up to snuff, and I understand, and I can speak, and I can read, which is very, if you want to do anything, when you first learn to speak Thai, learn to read Thai at the same time. I would say that is something, if I had learned to read and to write in Thai in the beginning, my Thai would be much better. I started learning to read Thai. As you can see, behind me is Miss, what's her name now? Miss Ba Beer. Miss Beer is behind us. We're at the Starbucks on Soy 101, and Miss Beer happens to be here. She's working. She said that Starbucks is opening tomorrow at the mall on the ground floor. I don't know where it's going to be. I have no idea. But they've done extensive renovation there, and it's on the G floor. It's on the ground floor, and she's going over there on the 8th. So I'm anxious to see who's going to be there, what the place is like, where it's going to be. I have no idea where it's going to be. Maybe I'll ask her in a minute when she's not busy. I'll ask her. It's always good to know that. One thing I struggle with is when folks near the border towns, when people speak a combination of Thai, Isan, and Lao. Well, yeah, if you can speak some Isan, you can speak some Lao. If you can speak some Lao, you can speak some Isan. It's interchangeable, unless you get deeper in. But and fortunately, I remembered a few things, and now it's been, I don't know how many years, 27, 28 years since I lived up there. And my memory's a little bit faded, but I do know, a few words and phrases that can make people laugh and that can get me in with some of the people. And that's always nice. Now, I don't know any from the Chiang Mai, from the Lana area. I don't know any language up there. I know some from the Thai language down in the south. But I haven't been down there in years. So, if you don't use it, you lose it. Which, that's just how it goes. So, anyway, it's good to know the language, and I think if you learn at least some basic aspects of the language, you'll go farther than somebody who doesn't. And I know quite a few people who they do not speak any Thai at all, or they speak about 5 words of Thai. And if they were to leave their little area, hey, isn't that Gennaro's future ex-wife? I don't think she'll have anything to do with him, honestly. But, you never know. Yes, it is. Carnivore Chronicles, good to see you. Nice of you to join us today. It is. She's right back there working away. She goes by Bob here now. Let me see. She's very busy. She's very busy with the customers right now. Yeah, but I know some guys, they've been here for 20 or 30 years, and all they can say is turn left, turn right, go straight, how much? That's all they know, thank you. That's really all they know how to say. And I would say to those people, you're kind of missing out on some of the culture. Now, on the other hand, you only really speak Thai in Thailand and in some of the other areas surrounding the country. In some places they speak Thai, like in Cambodia, Laos, little bits of Myanmar. So it does help to have it, but for the most part, you're confined to here. And I figured, well, I'm going to be here for a long time. I thought I was going to be here forever. Now I don't really know. So for me, it was a good idea, and I wanted to know what people were saying. And in the beginning, I really worked hard to learn the language and to learn what people were saying. So, hey, what's up? What's happening? All right. So now the 12 places. We got the 12 best places to retire, and we got let's see here. What is this? This is the 12 best countries to continue retiring if you only speak English. Let me see here. Let's see here. This is a little bit different here. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know why they gave me this one, because it's not the right one. Anyway, number 1 on this list, we'll just say number 1. They're not in any particular order or anything like that. And I will say that this is a list, like many of the lists, you don't know you know, really some of them don't really belong there. Some of them might. Let me see here. 10 places to live abroad, so cheap you could quit your job. All right, this is another list we can go over after this one because I've only got 12 on this list here. And that's it. I'm sorry I don't speak Spanish, whoever you are. First on the list, Cyprus. Average monthly cost $1,500. I don't know if $1,500 is going to get you by there, but another island destination in the Mediterranean, Cyprus has become a popular vacation spot and haven for retirees, while Greek and Turkish are the official language. Most people there speak English, and location signs and menus offer English translation. An individual can retire there on just $1,500 per month, with housing and other costs being significantly lower than the United States. Okay. Let me see here. Buenos dias, amigos. ¿Cómo estás? Okay. All right, you guys speak in Spanish. I don't feel like speaking in Spanish. Gennaro. Always Gennaro. He's gotta rear his face here. We all see you. We know you're here. It's very nice of you, and you changed your name again. You're no longer the clown. Never ceases to amaze me. Mr. Two Quarters Korean. We'll call him Longhorns. He's in as well. But Cyprus is on the list, and it's $1,500 a month, which I don't really know because I've never been there, and I don't have any desire to live there. Yeah, I don't really have a desire to live there. Maybe in Greece, but not really. So, $1,500 a month though. Next on the list is Malta. Average monthly cost $1,400. I know somebody from Malta. He's a resident there. He's a citizen. And he goes there once every so often. I mean, like every 4 or 5 years. And I've heard some good things about the place. The Mediterranean island of Malta is a vacationer's paradise, but due to its low cost of living, it is also a great place to retire. You can live well there on just $1,400 per month, and English is the country's official second language. Healthcare and housing is cheaper than most U.S. locations as well. But that's interesting to know that it's the official language. Now, yeah, that's pretty interesting. And then next on the list, and I don't know how comfortable I would be in this place if I didn't speak their language, to live there and be there all the time and say I'm a full-time citizen, I'm a resident, I want to live here. And that is Vietnam. It says average monthly cost $1,300. Vietnam has become a tourist destination with its exotic beaches, picturesque countryside, and rich heritage. It is also one of the least expensive places to retire for English-speaking expats, with access to cheap housing, cheap health care, and low cost on daily items. You can retire comfortably there for about $1,300 a month. Now, what I'll say is this. I've gone there and I've spent, I haven't spent as much as I spend here, you know, like traveling around. I spend less than in most places. I will say that. Now, if you're an English speaker and you want to go and you want to stay in Vietnam and you want to hang out with your pals who are all English speakers, of course you can do it. But do they really speak a lot of English there? I don't think so. So I don't know that this really belongs on the list. I mean, I've been there twice, And I didn't, I mean, you know, in some of the tourist destinations, they speak English, and maybe their English will continue to get better over the years, but it's not like they don't speak English as well as they do in Cambodia or Thailand or especially the Philippines. They don't speak English. So I don't know why this is on the list. You know. Yes, and she's very busy today. She's a busy lady. All right, so far on the list we have Cyprus, Malta, and Vietnam. And out of these, I don't really know about Cyprus, but I'll take their word for it. When it comes to Vietnam, I don't really think that it belongs on this list. And I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Guam. Well, that's not exotic enough. I hate to say it. Let's all go to Guam. I actually thought about it. Thought about going to Guam a long time ago, and I just ruled it out. It's not a place where I really want to go. I believe it's an expensive place, and it's for people there who are expats who are like military service, or there's some kind of connection between them and civilian contractors, military, and that kind of thing. So I don't really want to live there. It's not the place for me. So anyway, let's go on to the next place here. And I don't know, I really don't know about their prices here because I haven't been there in years, many, many years. I mean, it's been 45, almost 50 years since I've been there. And that place is Jamaica. And while they speak English, I don't know that you can understand some of them. I mean, that's the truth. They got such heavy accents, and you know, for about 10,000 US dollars, what, a month? Oh, a year for $10,000. Good for him. Go ahead and do that. Do whatever you want. I'm going to say this. When it comes to living in a place and you're living off of $700 or $800, something like that, I mean, that's 800 and some change, what, 833 or something like that, 816. Yeah, you can do it. But how much? Oh, well, thank you very much. Well, let's see, what's your name? Il Bueno. A few dollars more. Thank you. I appreciate it. Today's the last day of the month. I've had a shitty month this month, which, you know, I guess this is a month that I don't usually do well in over the years. But it would be nice if I did well. You know, it would be nice if I did better. And, you know, the thing is that a couple of months ago, I had it was in the top 5, the best months that I've had in years, in the whole time I've had the channel. And now, I'm not doing very well, you know. I don't know, maybe it has to do with not streaming every day or almost every day or something like that. Is that a Porsche over there? Check it out over here. Let's see here. I lived in the U.S. for free for 18 years. Well, Jamaica is expensive and dangerous. I believe that because I know people from Jamaica. They are Jamaicans. And I can tell you they're not living off the $1,000 a month that it says you can live off of in Jamaica. I wouldn't want to live in Jamaica for I wouldn't want to live there for, I mean, okay, 2,000 maybe. But Jamaica's not a cheap place, and I don't know why they have it on the list here. Maybe it's just exotic sounding and it's a place where people like to go, but there are other places they could put on this list. So Jamaica and Vietnam, I'm just shaking my head going, what's going on here? Now this chick's in her pajamas, which I always think is funny. Why do you wear your pajamas when you go out? Whatever, to each his own. It's fashion. That's what it is. It's fashion. I gotta wear my pajamas when I go out. You'll never see me in a pair of pajamas when I go out of my house, ever. And you probably will never see me in a pair of pajamas in my house either. Let's see here. Diego Garcia, the jewel of the Indian Ocean. Everyone speaks English. Well, that's true. Yes. 2KA, he never gets it. LOL. I don't know who you're talking to. Never gets it. Bad month for a bunch of us. Yeah. Well, you know, it's a cycle, and hopefully there are more good months than bad months. That's all I'll say. You know, I mean, it happens. Let's see. She's in her pajamas. I'm gonna go out to Starbucks in my pajamas. I don't get it. Anyway. All right, let's go on. See that all the time in the U.S. Bunny slippers too. Yeah, she got flip-flops on. That's all right. Yeah, I don't understand that, because I can tell you that if Bo ever was to wear bunny slippers or pajamas when she went out, I go, what are you doing? I would ask her what she's doing. Like, what the? I don't know. I think there's a modicum of decency, and pajamas and, you know, underwear are not acceptable when you go out. It's just my own personal feeling. All right, let's go on this list here. Jamaica was next on the list. That's $1,000 a month is what they say. A stunning island oasis, Jamaica is a tourist-heavy location. Anytime it's a tourist-heavy location, you might as well figure it's going to be a little bit expensive. It is also home to many expats. While some areas offer more amenities than others, living near a larger city in Jamaica gives you access to better healthcare options and big city perks you're used to for a much lower cost than the U.S. It ain't gonna cost you $1,000, I can tell you that right now. Many speak or understand English there as well. You can retire for about $1,000 a month per average. I don't buy that. I'm sorry. I'm going to say if you want to have a decent standard of living in Jamaica, you need at least $1,500 to $2,000. I don't think it's really much different than it is here. Anyway, next on the list. Now this one, I have really no idea about this one. Don't know. St. Lucia. St. Lucia. Aren't you required to buy weed? I'm sure if you buy the weed's probably $5, you know. I don't know. I guess it depends on how much you're buying, and, you know, are you Rastafarian or not? I don't know. St. Lucia is a tropical island paradise that offers breathtaking beaches and a low cost of living for retirees. You enjoy a slower pace of life for around $1,100 a month. I'm sorry. As a tourist destination, St. Lucia has adopted English as its official language. While the healthcare system could use some improvement, it's safe and a cheap place to live your golden years. I'm going to call BS on this again. It's an island paradise. You got $1,100 a month. That's probably enough to. You can live there, and maybe you go out once a week, twice a month, and you go out to dinner or something like that, and it's the local chicken stand. I don't know, but I mean, I'm just thinking about this, and I don't buy this, and I think that this, now that I'm looking at this list in a little more depth, already I'm seeing Vietnam, Jamaica, and St. Lucia, and $1,100 a month. $1,100 a month is nothing. I guess if you have your own house, it's paid for. You paid for it in cash. Boom, it's paid for. And you want to live there, and you have your insurance in it. I don't know how much it costs you for your insurance, because in most places, insurance is not that cheap. Okay. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Lay out at the beach all the time? Maybe you go fishing. I don't really know, but I don't believe it. I don't believe that that's the place. Patwa, there's not much to do there. I believe that too. 3 small islands on the list. Only would want to visit. You would only want to visit these 3 small islands. All right. Okay. Next on the list, and it's funny because the average monthly cost in this place is double that of Jamaica, and almost double. Is that what it is? Let me see here for Vietnam. Well, not double, but it's about 50% more than Vietnam. It's almost double St. Lucia. And I think this is the reason that the list, I wanted to read this list, and that is because Thailand is on the list. Thailand has become a popular expat country for decades. True. And continues to offer a low-cost lifestyle with access to modern amenities. There are many expat-populated communities in Thailand. Further away from big cities, costs can be down, including rental costs, which is incredibly affordable. What they don't tell you is that, for the most part, rental costs can be cheap, yes. Food costs, they got this new girl working here, and I've watched her. She screwed up like 3 or 4 times. Maybe because it's her first day or something, I don't know. I ordered an espresso con panna. She forgot the con panna. Beer was looking for, she put something into the microwave. She's looking for this little thing that holds the food, the sandwich. And she looks, and it's in the garbage. The girl put it in the garbage. She's like, what'd you put it in the garbage for? She's just little things like that, little screw-ups that you're not supposed to make. Anyway, so Thailand's on the list, and the average monthly cost for, this is what they have, $2,000 a month, which I think is reasonable. You don't always need $2,000. But if you have it, it's the difference between living better and living often next to nothing. It really depends on how you're set up. But when you factor in the visa, when you factor in insurance, when you factor in, going to the doctor where maybe your insurance doesn't cover it, going to the dentist, going to the ophthalmologist, when you factor all these things in, you're not going to get by on $1,000. I mean, listen, you want to squeak by. Yeah, you can squeak by on $1,000 a month. But if you really want to be comfortable, like I've said before, $1,500 to $2,000 is kind of the amount that you want to shoot for to live here. It's gone up over time, and here now, groceries are much more expensive. Every time I go to the grocery, I spend at least $1,000. And I'm not buying all that much. I've been buying wine lately. I don't really want to buy a bottle of wine because a cheap bottle of wine, which would be probably $4, $5 in the U.S. or somewhere else. That bottle of wine here is $350. That's $10. You want to get a decent bottle of wine, it's almost 600 baht. So if you buy them in a box or a bag or something like that, you're going to get more you're going to get more bang for your buck, but the wine's not as good. Grocery prices are going up. Excuse me. No matter how you slice it, utility costs are going up. And yes, you can live in a little studio apartment. You can live in your little place, and you can be comfortable there. Yeah, okay. I'm going to say that a lot of people don't want to live in a studio apartment. They want to have at least a bedroom. You're going to pay more. You can look around for a house. That's what I always recommend. Look around for a house. St. Lucia, the same size as Guam. Yeah, I wouldn't live there. I wouldn't live there. I wouldn't live in Jamaica. And it used to be when I first went to Vietnam, I thought, wow, maybe I could live here. Now I'm thinking, no way, I don't want to live here. And my wife has gone to, yeah, you know what? My electrical bill last month, because we were away on holiday, was only 3,800 baht, and I was clicking my heels, man. I thought that's the best that I've had in years. But usually it's between 7,000 and 8,000 baht a month. I don't know what it's going to be this month, and I'm cringing because we've had the air on more than usual. It might be 8,000 or 9,000 baht. That's more than our rent. We don't pay that for rent. We pay 7,000 for rent, and that's cheap. And the reason is because the house is old. I don't want to say it's dilapidated, but there are some things that need some fixing. Visually, to me, it's not that appealing. It's very comfortable for us because we've been there for a long time. But the electrical and the water has gone up. The water is usually, I think the last month was only like 120 baht, and that is the lowest it's been in many, many years, just like the electric. But this month, or usually, it's around 500 baht. It's 450 to 600 baht a month. And for a long time, our electric was about 250 to 350 baht. It's gone up. Yeah, I think if you're in my friend Scott had a small condo, and it was a big studio, but he had it divided up, where part of it was his bedroom and it was kind of divided. And he ran the air conditioner once in a while, and he would keep the window open. He was up on like the 24th floor, 26th floor, something like that. He would keep the window open, and even then, his bill was about 1,500 a month. But I know in some places, it depends, it really depends on how much you use it. Are you going to use it at all? Are you going to use the fans? What are you going to do? Because I know some people, they just use their fan and they have a, $800 baht a month electric bill. And I'm like, I wish that would be my electric bill. So I would say you're going to pay between 1,000 and 2,000 baht. I think it was Dowlow who said his was almost 4,000. I can't remember what he said, but I think that's what it was. The government rate, I think it was 5 baht, but I don't know if it's gone up since then. So, some places won't give you the government rate. No, they won't. They'll charge you on top of what you're charged. They will charge you a premium because you're using the electrical, and they want to make extra money. So if your bill is 5 baht a month, they might charge you 7 baht a month. So you have to make sure, hey, does this place charge me what the government charges me? You have to check and see. And that's a big deal. That really is a big deal. If you're going to get an apartment, she's busy. I think she's the boss now. Hey, here. You the boss now? What? You're the big boss? No. Right. How are you? How are you? There's Miss Beer. Everybody miss you. All right, there you go. Oh, it's time for me to. I need to cut my hair. All right. Hey, listen. By the way, do me a favor. Smash the like button. Don't forget about the like button. The like button and subscribe button doesn't cost you any money. It doesn't cost you a penny. And you help me. It helps the algorithm. It helps everything. If you hit those buttons, I would appreciate it. And if you want, you can hit the join button. You can do that. You can hit the join button. You can go down in the description. You can help with Patreon. You can help with the CASHAPP. You can help with the Buy Me a Coffee, like the Patreon. Or you can go to my website at AmericanInBangkok.com and you can pick up one of my shirts. There's a couple of new shirts I'm going to come out with. One is Land of Smiles. And it has a buffalo underneath that, which I think is pretty cute. I think it's cute. That's being worked on. That'll come out soon. And also, you can pick up one of my books. And then you can also check me out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Just go down in the description. Everything is down there. So that's how you can help out. I'd appreciate it. Click that join button, smash the like button. If your AC is sized correctly, your AC duty cycle should be only 33% max, basically same as your fridge. Before COVID, I ran AC all the time when I was in only 35 meter condo, around $1,800 a month. There you go. So if you're in a 50 meter apartment, it should be a little bit more, and I believe that from the time you've been here until now, the price has gone up. It's going to be a bit more expensive. I don't remember exactly why. There were a number of reasons why the price has gone up for the electric. What is this here? What's going on here? Oh, it's definitely gone up. Yes, it has gone up. All right, so let's get back to this list here. So Thailand was on the list. So we got, right now we have Cyprus, we have Malta, we have Vietnam, Jamaica, St. Lucia, Thailand, and Spain. Now they have Spain as the same cost of living as in Thailand, $2,000. I think if you're living in Bangkok and you're living in Barcelona, maybe that's true. I don't know. But I'm going to say if you're living in, like, let's say you're living in Chiang Mai or Pattaya, if you want to get by in $1,000 to $1,500, you can do it. I don't know if you can do that in Spain. While some of the major cities in Spain can be expensive, retiring to a smaller city in Spain can cost as little as $2,000 a month. There it is right there, smaller city. In addition to the rich history, temperate climate, and centralized location, most people speak English, making it a great option for those who speak it natively. Okay, all right. Next, Portugal. Now, Portuguese is the official language in Portugal. And I don't see how you can get by on what they are talking about here, $1,600 a month. Maybe you can in the smaller places, the smaller cities. I haven't been there. I haven't gone and checked those cities out. I haven't done a lot of exploration there. I was in Lisbon. But I can tell you in Lisbon, you go out, it's going to cost you like $10, $5-10. It's not cheap. It's not like, oh, I'm going to get by. Like here, you go out. If I want to, I can go and have a meal for $1, $1.50 here, $1.25. Depends on if I want to eat Thai food. very easily I can, I don't feel like spending much money. Oh, I don't have much cash on me right now, or whatever it is. You don't need cash. You can get by on the QR code or a credit card or something like that. By the way, I forgot to say, right now it's 34.22 to the dollar. The air quality is 48, temperature is 84, high of 89, low of 80. The feel like temperature is 92 degrees. I don't know, but that's what it is right here where I am, and the humidity is 80%, which is quite humid, very humid, and it doesn't really feel that humid. It feels pretty nice right now. Maybe that's later in the day. It's very overcast, if you can see. It's overcast, and temperature's great. If I wanted, I could sit outside, but I needed the electrical plugged into my computer. But it's very nice outside. Portugal is probably one of the most popular retirement destinations right now. Yes, it is, and it's easy to see why. Beautiful beaches, gorgeous countryside, big city amenities, and a temperate climate make it a wonderful vacation spot, and the low cost of living makes it attractive for retirees. You can retire well in Portugal on about $1,600 per month. Well, Portuguese is the official language. Many understand and speak English well. Yeah, I mean, I would say that some of them speak and understand English. When we were there were some people who, they didn't speak English very well, but they knew they could get by. And that was okay. And I will say that I really liked Lisbon. It was very nice. But, God, we probably spent $1,600 in the time that we were there. I don't know how much. I'm trying to think here, but it wouldn't surprise me if we spent about $1,500, $2,000. And that was for the hotel. That's about 5 days, so I would say about $2,000 in 5 days. We spent quite a bit of money, and it was basically on our accommodation, food. Every time we went out to a restaurant in Lisbon, it was $100. We went to one place, it was $100. Went to another, it was $120. And this was not a tourist area. This was not a really busy area. It was not an upscale area. It was just a middle-income area. And, it was okay. So I don't know how they're figuring. Maybe they're figuring, did it say, it says big city amenities. I don't know. Maybe you can get by there. I don't know how much the rent is there. But I would say in the smaller cities, 1,600, yeah, okay, 1,600 to 2,000. Now they have here Malaysia. Average monthly cost $1,000. Malaysia is one of the cheaper destinations for English-speaking expats, with monthly cost hovering around $1,000 for an individual. While the official language of the country is Malay, English is widely understood. With its very low healthcare cost, low housing cost, gorgeous beaches, tropical climate, and well-developed infrastructure, Malaysia is a popular destination for retirees. Now, from what I understand about Malaysia, it is a pretty cheap place. Now, going through there, I was there on one occasion in Kuala Lumpur for 2 days. Just the time that I've spent there, I would say, yeah, you can get by for less. I still think that they're kind of pushing the limit when they say $1,000, but maybe you can. Maybe you can if you're out in the smaller cities. Maybe you can in Kuala Lumpur. But from what I've seen, it's going to cost you a little bit more. When they say 1,000, I say 1,500. When they say 1,600, I'm thinking 2,000. I'm just thinking, you got to have a little. Listen, if you're a 60-year-old man, 70-year-old man, do you want to live in a little apartment that's tiny or that's just a studio apartment and you have no room to breathe and you have no room to walk around, you go back home, you're sitting on your bed watching TV and that's your room. You know, it gets old after a while. That's what I'll say. Why is the baht still relatively strong? I think it has to do with the politics here right now. I don't know. That's what I think. I think the politics are at play here, and I hope it stays above 34. I don't want it to go down below 34. Wasn't that long ago when it was around 31. I'm happy it's been 33 to 35 lately. Yeah, it's been over 34 for quite some time. It has dipped below, but for the most part, it's been 34 to almost, and even above, up to 35. And, you know, maybe it'll go back down to 33. I hope not. You know, if you're getting 35 to the dollar, that means if you get $1,000, that means you got 35,000. If you're getting 33, you're only getting 33,000. So, you know, who doesn't want it to be higher? The Thais. And, you know, what's going to happen is if it stays relatively high, if it's up 35, say 36, the Thais are going to bump their prices up. You know, fried rice is going to be 80 baht to 100 baht. And then what they'll do is, if it goes up, or if it goes down again, they'll just keep the price where it is. They won't lower the prices, just in case it goes up again. That's kind of how it works. All right. So Malaysia, $1,000. What's else? What else is on here? Panama. Average monthly cost $1,200. Yeah, 37 would be fantastic. I mean, I'll take 36. But anything, like if right now I'm like, you know, you get greedy. You're like, okay, well now I can get 34. How about 35? And then when it gets to 35.2, you're like, I hope it gets a little higher so that it's close to 36, closer to 36 than it is to 35. And then if it gets close to 36, you do the same thing. You're like, I hope it goes up to 37. Average monthly cost in Panama, $1,200. Now that might be right, I don't know. With the amenities of a big city and the cost of a rural town, Panama offers quite a bang for your buck. I've been to Panama once and I don't remember the cost there, honestly. From beautiful beaches and sunny weather to a low cost of living, Panama is a top retirement destination for many expats and has a large English-speaking population. Housing and healthcare are relatively affordable, and the wonderful year-round weather keeps retirees busy with outdoor activities for around $1,200 per month. $1,200 a month, you can live well in Panama. Okay, well, I kind of believe that. You know, I don't know exactly where they're talking about, but it does say, with the amenities of a big city and the cost of a rural town, Panama offers quite a bang for your buck. So if it's Panama City, we'll say, and you can live off of $1,200, that's pretty good. I mean, honestly. In Ecuador, when I was in Ecuador, I mean, I've been to Panama, but I don't remember the costs. I think I was there for 4 days, 5 days, something like that. But when I was in Ecuador, you know, we spent money when we were there. We didn't spend money on accommodation, but we spent money, and I don't remember how much it was altogether, but I would say, if you're living in a village in like Ecuador, it really depends on what you're doing there. Because the village where we were, there wasn't all that much to do. You could go out and get yourself a little bite to eat. You could just go and buy groceries, which we bought groceries. I think it was $130 for the groceries, and it was fantastic. The grocery prices were extremely low. They were lower than they were here by far. If, let's say that 5 onions is 50 baht here, it was 25 baht there. So we filled up. My nose is itching. We know what that means. We filled up 2 carts when we were there, and we didn't have anything big, like a bunch of water jugs or something like that. So that was a pretty good deal there. I don't believe they have Ecuador on this list, which they completely lost. They've lost the plot. They don't have Ecuador. They don't have the Philippines. They don't have Cambodia. There's a lot of places they don't have on this list. I mean, there's only so many places that they can put on the list, and I'm sure that they wanted to keep this relatively short. So maybe, if they were, say, top 20, maybe they would put those on this list. But, I'm thinking about what we were doing in Ecuador. And a lot of the time we were at the house, or we'd go out and we'd get ourselves a coffee. Maybe we'd have a breakfast, or we'd make breakfast at home, and we'd spend money on that. But we didn't spend all that much. The place where we spent some money, and we didn't spend all that much when we were there, is when we went out to Puerto Lopez, and Nicholas got his hair cut, and then we went down to the water where they had the seafood market, and we had some ceviche. And I'm trying to think, let me think here, for 5 people, and it's $52. Okay, $52. We all had drinks, and the drinks were $2 or something like that. They were lemon drinks, almost like a lemon smoothie. They were like $1.50, $2. And then the ceviche, was like $6. And then we had some other stuff that was a little bit more. So in Ecuador, you go out with 5 people, there's $50. If you go out with 2 people, that's $20. Let's say it's $20 when you go out. You do that, twice a week. It's $40 a week, $160. Plus, what are you paying? You're paying for your rent. Hopefully, you're not paying rent. You own a place there. So yeah, you can get by. You can get by in some of these places. And Panama, I believe if you're living in Panama, $1,200, okay, I believe it. Mexico, and it does say here in Mexico, average monthly cost $1,000 to $2,000. Mexico is a vast country that offers multiple inexpensive places for Americans to retire in comfort, from famously cheap health and dental care to the close proximity to the U.S. Retiring here can help stretch your dollar even farther. Well, some places in Mexico offer very inexpensive living at closer to $1,000 a month. The more populated English-speaking areas are closer to $2,000 a month. What they don't tell you is that the minimum to live there, as someone who has a visa there, I think it's $2,400 now. You were on a retirement visa, you need to show that you're bringing in $2,400 a month. That's the minimum. They've raised it up. So they're not telling you that. They're just saying this is how much it costs. So if you have a certain amount coming in, you don't have to spend it all. That's what, that's the point. You can spend more if you want, or you can save it, or you can just, not touch it, whatever you want, but it's going to cost you between $1,000 and $2,000 a month. Although the cost is higher than some other places on the list, it's a favorite destination for American retirees, and you're likely to find a community of other expats in some of the more popular vacation spots. And the one thing about Mexico is that, yeah, it's right next to the U.S. So if you want to, if you live in, say, Texas, or you live in California, you live in Florida or something like, it's not all that far. Anywhere you go in the U.S., except if you're going far north. And I guess it depends on where in Mexico you live. It's not going to cost you a huge amount. And you can get there fairly inexpensively, depending on, like I said, where you live in Mexico, where you live in the United States. But if you live in the right places, if you were living you can live part-time in Mexico, part-time in the U.S., and you can go and come back and go and come back. You can do that. That's what some people do. I don't know. Let's see here. 37 would be great. Yes, it would be 37, and I'll buy my coffee at Thurman. Why? Why would you buy a coffee at Thurman? That's extremely cheap for 5 people eating seafood. Yeah, it was extremely cheap. And it was very, very good. That place where we went, what was it? Chuy's. Chuy's in Puerto Lopez. If you ever go there, go look up Chuy's. It's right there on the water. And it was fantastic. So, it was for the man with no name. Who's the man with no name? Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to go into that because Terme is a place that we all know, you know, it's not a real coffee shop. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. It's not a real coffee shop per se. If you want a real coffee shop, the cafes and the coffee industry here in Thailand is quite developed. There are numerous coffee places that, like Sarni's, for instance, where there's a couple of locations. You got, what is it, Pun Thai just opened up. Now there are several locations of that. That's a chain. You got Cafe Amazon, you got Starbucks, of course. You have quite a few places to go, you know, if you want a decent coffee. You know, the thing with Sarni's, I'll be honest, even if it was a 37, I wouldn't go there all the time. That's a place you go once in a while. You know, there are better places for less money. Honestly. I mean, it's a good place. I would say it's a very good place. But you can find better places for a little bit less money. You're not going to pay 350 baht for a meal if you go into some places. And that's the thing, you know. You got to remember what 2/4 Korean needs to remember. If he comes here and he decides, I'm living here permanently, you're not going back to the U.S. and you're going to, you know, once you spend the money that you have saved up, that money is not going to come back. You may get it every month, but the money that you have saved, if you spend it, it's gone. So you have to you have to live here like a local, not like a tourist. Which I think so far, you've kind of been living like a cross between a tourist and an expat. Because some of the times you live exactly like an expat. And sometimes you're not. You're not going to be staying at the hotel there. Not at their prices. It's probably not going to happen. Anyway, all right, so last on this list here, if you can believe this, which I don't even, I mean, I think of this place as places to live. I think of this place, but it is not high on my list. Because I always thought it was a little bit more money and that you don't need a huge amount of money, but you're going to need at least a couple of $1,000, $2,000-3,000 a month to live pretty well, and that is Belize. Now, they have the average monthly cost at $1,000. I don't see it. Belize is a place where a lot of boating people go. It's a place where a lot of Americans go. Thailand is not the end all for people that are coming here. Good morning, Dowlow. Good morning. Good to see you. What are you talking about? Dark? Is it dark? Hello, Dowlow. But Belize is just, to me, I think Belize is a little step up. It's like St. Lucia. You go to St. Lucia, I'm sorry, you're not going to live off $1,100 a month. I just don't think it's going to happen. Now, I could be wrong. If you have a place that you paid for a condo or something like that. No, dark is worse than Sarni's prices. Next door. Okay, I forget the name of that place. Let me see if I can find out. But I don't remember what it's called. Let's see here. Got all kinds of photos of Dark, but I don't remember what the name of it is. Yeah, Dark is the place that I go to every once in a great while. But I need to figure out what the name of that place is, just because it's piqued my curiosity. And yeah, it was pretty good. Leon by Kakot? No, that's not it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Any recommendations for a 10-hour layover in Amsterdam? Ooh. 10 hours. Well, you could go down into the very center of the city. There's a lot to do down there, man. I mean, there's a lot of places to see. There's museums. There's, I mean, you know, you can take a taxi and go somewhere if you want. When we went there, we walked around a lot. We walked around and we sat at cafes and we ate food and that's what we did when we were there. Let me see here. Can't find the place. It's bugging me here. Yeah, they don't have it in here. Let me just see here. What were the museums that I was interested in when I was there? Because I'm not usually, I was in the main area of Amsterdam. Van Gogh, Anne Frank House, Rijksmuseum, but I can't remember the name of the area where I was in, but it was an area very close to everything. It was right in the center. I'm trying to think here. Let me see here. Amsterdam. I'll tell you what, Amsterdam was a disappointment to me. I hate to say that. And it was a disappointment because of the prices. It was so expensive there. Let's see here. How many things can I do at once? Well, those are the main things right there, but let me see here. Yeah, you can wander around. If you start off at the center, which is Centrum, that's where everything is. If you just want to walk around, if you don't want to walk around, then you need to take a taxi. Dam Square was where we were, and it was very nice. They have the flower market, and you're talking about 5 or 6 hours of hanging out there. Um, they've got all kinds of tourist things to do there, and they sell tickets everywhere. If you're just downtown at like Dom Square or Centrum, you should be able to find things to do. You should be able to get tickets and go to these places and, you know, have a good time. Anyway, all right, let me see here. I gotta figure this out because it's really bugging me. What is next to dark? Matzah. Okay, there you go. That's what it is. They had a good breakfast there, good food. It was decent. It was a nice place. But let me just get back to this. Let me get back to the Belize. We can finish up here. English is the official language of Belize, which is good. Cost of living is just $1,000 per month, making it much less expensive than anywhere in the U.S. All right, that doesn't mean anything. Belize is known for its tropical weather, beautiful beaches, rainforests, and other natural beauty. That's what it's known for, yes. If you're going to start going to these places, it's going to cost you more money. It's a tourist destination, as well, making English even more commonly spoken there. It's a very nice place, I do know that, and I do know some people who've gone there, who've gone fishing there, and things like that. But I wouldn't want to have a budget of $1,000. You're not going to be going fishing and things like that if it's, you're just not going to be. Where are you? Yeah, I'm in Bangkok. There you go, buddy. How you doing? Hey, my son is on his way to Japan right now as we speak. I am, right now I'm on Soy 101 at Starbucks with Miss Beer behind me somewhere. Yeah, she's right over here. He's on his way now. I think when he gets there, when he gets situated in his hotel, he's gonna send you a message. So he should send you a message tonight or tomorrow. So that he can hang out with you. Or you can hang out with whatever, however you want to put it. Listen, he's, you know, this is his first trip outside of the country by himself. So it's a big deal for him, you know. And, you know, he's not a big drinker. He doesn't drink or anything like that. He's not somebody who really is into that kind of thing. But I'm sure he'll have a couple of beers with you because he is ready to go to some lively places. He's told me about that. I know he has some money. He's doing all right. Thanks for the clarification. It's a public holiday here today, and it is tomorrow, and in some places on Wednesday as well, depending. And it was on Friday as well for some places. So it's anywhere from 5 to 6 days, the holiday here. I'll take him to a live house show or something. He's on his own now, you know, like I tried to help him a little bit, and he's like, oh yeah. You know, I was like, hey, what are you going? He wanted to go to the Siam Commercial Bank to get this SCB Planet card. I'm like, what is that? He's like, it's a card you can use when you're international. I go, you can use your debit card. I go, what are you doing? He's like, what? So he had to call him up, and he said, oh, I'm going to go over. And they were like, okay, well, let's just make sure so that they don't lock it when you're out. You know, I was like, to me, that kind of stuff is second nature. To him, he doesn't think of it. But, you know, he should have a good time while he's there. On the other hand, I enjoy a what? And a cold beer after 6 p.m. A shower and a cold beer. We all need to learn. Yes, I'm sure he will learn, and he will gain invaluable experience while he's there. And you know, he's staying in a guest house. Where is he? He's in Casa Karui. What the hell's the name of that place? Let me see here. Shit, I can't remember. Oh, is that it? Yeah, this is it right here. He's in Kagurazaka. He's in a hotel at Kagurazaka. And it's, you know, it's a guest house. So that's what he'll be doing. Let's see, yeah, usually learning costs money. Fortunately, he has some money. He should be all right. Oh, it's smoke. Oh, excuse me. A shower. Smoke. Mechop abnam. Dallo, it's okay. It's legal here. You're okay. You'll be fine here. It's legal for the moment. You know, I got a message yesterday from, I think it was Patia Bob, where some guy walked into one of the smoke shops and I guess he was having a ganja-laced tea or something. And he collapsed. And then I read it and it said that this was in Patia, this is in their ganja group or whatever in Patia, and it says, oh, well, he didn't really drink any ganja tea. He had a cappuccino somewhere and then he came in. So it's like all these things are made about, you know, oh, be careful of the gun. Listen, be careful if you're doing any drug. Even if it's legal, you gotta be a little careful, be a little smart. Don't overindulge. I don't know, but he did overindulge. I don't know, but he was actually doing anything he shouldn't have been. But everybody is worried about it, and it's like, listen, don't worry about it. Just be halfway intelligent about things. Not a bad place, nothing really there, but it's okay. Good to be around, boring when staying somewhere, especially in Tokyo. Okay, good. I know he's fairly close to the station there, so you know, hopefully he'll figure things out and he'll be able to get around, and you know. You met Dallo once, maybe he does need a shower. I don't know, I didn't smell him, so. I can't even, I don't care about the Thai news unless it's something really important. Because you can't do anything about it. So basically all it is just to show you what's going on. Okay, I like to know what's going on in my area. I like to know if something's going on that's going to affect me. But because somebody keels over in a shop and you don't even know that he was on anything, what does that matter to me? Oh, it's a big deal. No, it's not a big deal. And you know, the whole thing about the news and everything like that is most of the time the news, it's just like it is anywhere. Fake news. Yes, Scott, that area is mostly famous for being near the big Tokyo River, also by Tokyo Dome Stadium. Oh, okay. I went to Saitama when I was there. That's where I stayed the last time. Also near Jinbocho book area. I don't know if your boy likes sports or books. He likes some sports. He likes, you know, he's moderately fit. He likes to stay healthy. He's not a book person, though. You know. He's not a book person, no. He wants to be out and about. I can tell you that right now. What is this? I can't even see what it says. I like to read local news just to keep up my thumb on the pulse and see. Yeah. I like to see that stuff too, and that's about it. It has nothing to do with I really want to know what's going on in Thailand. I've got to know every little thing. I don't care. Most people who live here, they don't know it, but really, unless they've got this massive quantity of friends here, and everybody knows what's going on. Hey, this is what's happening over here, and what's happening over there, and it doesn't matter. Most things don't matter. Wake up, have your food, go and do what you're gonna do for the day. Go to work, go somewhere and see something, and you'll be okay, you know? Like this doctor and daughter killed her boyfriend in Hokkaido recently, dude. It's nuts. Her boyfriend was beating her, so they trapped him in a love hotel and beheaded him, dude. Like, what the... Now, that's pretty heavy. If anybody gets beheaded, that's pretty crazy. Did they behead him with a samurai sword? It's crazy. I'm hoping he goes there and has a great time. Not too good a time. I told him, please don't call me from jail. I don't want to hear you got thrown in jail or something like that. I want to go to Hokkaido Snow Festival. Japan is hot right now. Okay, that's good. Probably not as hot as Thailand. Well, he should be good there. He'd be good. He'll be good. He's just coming with one bag, and that's it. We're off to visit Fernando and my wife's boyfriend. Huh? Okay. Have fun. Good of you to join us for a brief period of time. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. If all is well, I will be going to Barbados for 2 weeks in February. Wow. Well, that would be great. I've been to, where did I go? Oh, no, I went to Trinidad and Tobago. Dude, Scott, I'm going to be pounding your son's head with compliments about you and building you up to him, respect you even more by the end of the trip. Wife's best friend. Well, that's nice. I think what he wants is, he just wants to get a little of the lay of the land. And I told him, I said, well, your friends are probably not going to hook you up. They're probably not going to tell you all that much. It's something where you'll be sitting with them and you'll just learn kind of by assimilation. Where if he's hanging out with you, you're going to be like, hey, don't do this. Hey, do this, do that. Hey, look at that chick over. I told him, I said, do you need some condoms? I'll give you some condoms, buddy. Just in case. And he's like, just looked at me. He's like, I don't need you for that. Still have family there, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting. Smash that like button if you haven't smashed it already. Click the join, subscribe, and go down below in the description. Everything's right there. Also, thank you to the guy who sent me $5 the other day. I think his name was Luke. I think that's what his name was. Thank you, by the way. Smashed. Good deal. Yeah, so, you know, it's kind of odd because Nicholas is at school and he was going to come back home, but his friend has some kind of stomach illness, and his friend's family is out of town, they're gone, and so he's alone. And so Nicholas said, well, you can just stay at my place and hang out. And, you know, the kid is sick, so Nicholas is like, I don't want to come home now. I'm making sure he's all right. We're just hanging out together, having a good time. You know, he's kind of sick. So we got nobody at home. It's like we're like empty nesters now. Went to Port of Spain a few years back. Wow, that's kind of cool. I went to Guyana. God, I don't know how long it's been now. 15 years? 14 years, something like that. And I also went to Trinidad and Tobago. I went to, where else did I go? Nicaragua. I went to quite a few places. Oh yeah, the cat. Yeah. Thailand, the most bang for buck for expats, tourists, and retirees. Thank you very much, Mr. Jack. I appreciate that. What I will say is Thailand has some things that people don't think about when you're thinking about staying here. And first of all, there's a lot of women. You know, you want to hook up with somebody, you can do that pretty easily here if and you got half a brain. You can do that pretty easily. And not only that, you will eat really well. If you just want to have some Thai food and you want to eat Thai food until the cows come home, you can do that. I like to read the local news just to, okay, I don't know what, I'm not sure what that is. Costa Rica's not on the list. Costa Rica is not supposedly all that cheap. But Thailand, you know, food, women, things to do, just about everywhere you go. And plus, the geography, the topography is different everywhere. There's mountains, there's oceans, there's beaches, there's cities, you know, whatever you want. You have a little bit of everything here in Thailand. It says links, Carlos. Kicks, not licks. You lost me. One of my favorite things is Grab food delivery. Yeah, I use Grab all the time here. I haven't used it for groceries very often. You know, as I did in the past. I used to use Happy Fresh for groceries, and now since then I don't usually go on to Grab or any other way to get my groceries. I don't know why, but I just don't. And maybe I should, because it would save me from going to the grocery store. I'm anxious to find out. Let me see. Hey, here. Starbucks, in the mall. But weพวกนี้เป็นวันที่หนึ่งวันที่สิบวันที่สิบที่ไหนเธออยู่ที่ไหนไทยมอลแอนด์มอลที่ไหน G4 ทางล่างทางหน้าทางซ้ายทางวันหน้ายุบเบอร์ฝาซ้ายพิซซ่าฮัทไงพิซซ่าฮัทอ่ะเซนบูฟอร์ดนะGourmet. Oh, no gourmet.
Yes. No take home gourmet.
Oh. Moreover.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What is it? Now she's saying it opens on the 10th.
Big store.
Big?
Yeah.
Reserve?
No.
All right. Khao Chai. All right, close to Tawana. But she says it opens on the 10th of this coming month. Before it was the 1st. Now it's the 10th. I don't know. If it's the 10th, fine. So it will open up and it will be in the mall in approximately 10 days. So that'll be great. Sammy, I don't know where you are, but thank you very much. Hopefully you and my kid have a good time. Your cat kicks your butt. I thought you meant licks. Nah, Billy, that's too freaky. Bob Beer, is that pillow talk for baby beer? No, I think she's a little crazy. I don't know. I don't know what her deal is. I have no idea about her. I don't even want to try to figure her out. And today when I came in, I said something, and I said, thank you, Ja, or something like that. And she goes, well, tell that to your wife. What are you bringing my wife up for? I just was being cool, you know. I was like trying to be nice to her, and you know, she had to do it to be a smartass. Don't forget about your wife. I'm like, I'm not forgetting about my wife, honey. Anyway, all right. Thank you very much. Our time is up. It's time to go. Ah, Billy, that's too freaky. Carlos, you have a good one and have a good, safe trip. I know you're leaving in, 2 days? Is it 2 or 3 days? you're leaving from here, you may be taking the same flight that I was that stopped in Amsterdam. Because that's what we had. We had that long layover. Thank you, thank you. Hasta luego, compadre. We're in Thailand. Jerkan Mai. The second. Okay. Lakhon. Chokdi. Good luck and all that good stuff. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody being here and carrying on a nice little conversation. I think I will be back on Wednesday or Thursday. I think maybe Wednesday. I think that's when I'll be streaming again. But I should put something up right away to get everybody to know. Wednesday is the 2nd, so maybe Carlos will still be here. He won't leave early in the morning. I don't know. Don't insult my horse. He gets the idea you're talking to him. All right, Carlos, you take it easy. Everybody, take it easy. Very good to have you here. And those are the 12 cheapest places where they speak English. Although, don't forget the Philippines. You don't want to count the Philippines out. Come on. That should have been on the list. The Philippines needed to be on the list. Anyway. All right, guys. I will talk to you guys later. Okay, flight is midday. Good. Anyway, that's all I have. Until next time, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Chok Di Leo Jerkan Mai. Yes, the 12 places with no McDonald's. Leave a thumbs up. Subscribe. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Beer's out of here. I'll see you guys later. Take it easy. Hasta luego.